Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will kick it off straight away with an economic report, the latest economic data.
One of the numbers that really stands out from the latest report published today on the economic impact of beer in the European Union is the 900 new breweries that have sprung up since 2013.
The numbers are totally impressive. 6,500 breweries in Europe, 2,003 million jobs, 47 billion of value added is of course of tremendous importance.
Food sector, the agricultural sector, there's a lot of engineering behind that anyway.
The manufacturer, be it a small brewery or a big brewery.
Exports in some countries, imports in others.
And then you have the publican or the restaurant who sells it.
Yeah, from that point of view it influences a lot of sectors.
Each job in a brewery generates 2 more in supply and agriculture, 2 in retail, and a further 13 more in the bars, restaurants, cafes and pubs of Europe.
You find quite an extraordinary ratio and degree of positive indirect effects.
These additional jobs are creating as well tax revenues for the government.
And kind of local taste, but on the other hand there's also more like microbreweries and much more variety of beers coming up.
I think it's a good industry for the young people because they can use their initiative.
In Denmark at the moment actually there's a lot of microbreweries that are upcoming.
Craft beer, that seems to be the new thing.
The diversity of beer brands, styles and flavors has perhaps never been so large, with unprecedented levels of interest, investment and innovation in beer across the whole EU. The vast majority are SMEs and microbreweries.
SMEs are the running force of the whole food sector.
In terms of challenging, smaller brewers, they try new things.
At the end, we have so many great flavors and so many great beers.
And regardless if you work for a large international brewer or you work for a small brewer, it's craftsmanship that really bounds people, I think.
Personally, I love wheat beer, so that's always what I go for.
Something a bit strong.
I prefer them sour.
I really like tasting different kinds and flavors.
And today you can get basically beer tastes like flowers and berries and chocolate.
Innovation is not all about inventing new drinks. Beer can be new to the market without being a new beer.
It's all about offering variety and make your own choice.
Yeah. When you give people a choice and they understand that the choice exists and there are different flavors, all of a sudden, aha.
We can also take the products which are known in the market and show that they have many more uses and many more drinking situations than maybe the average consumer expects.
But innovation in its different forms stands or falls by creating the right framework of regulatory environment in which industry operates.
Because there are a lot of false myths surrounding beer as well, like beer is unhealthy, beer is more fattening than wine, and so on. And so we can demystify beer.
The individual today and the market and the commentators that shape markets, they want to know a lot. And being part of that conversation is a trust-building as well as a demand-building exercise.
From a consumer perspective, if you want to ask them to make a choice, then at least they need to have the information. And the most basic food information that we can provide is ingredient and nutrition information.
Because it creates and guarantees a certain quality of the production.
It's about having the same sort of choice you would expect with food.
I think it has to be the same for every beverage, and then we can compare.
We need regulation that can breathe, that can be flexible, that can move with the needs of society and industry. Exports is such a tremendously important part of what this industry stands for.
We have an active interest in opening up third countries' markets for European beer producers.
What is really problematic in this case is this huge disparity that you find across Europe. This creates a problem not only to the sector, I think, but to the credibility of Europe.
It's not only looking at the taxation, but also looking at the broader economic picture.
Those who have very, very high taxes on alcoholic beverages should think about decreasing these taxes, because these taxes are counterproductive. It would be much better to educate the citizens better that abuse of alcohol is not the right thing to do.
We are keen to work together with European institutions to ensure the EU is negotiating trade deals that support and benefit Europe's brewers, ensuring that beer continues to contribute to Europe's economy and culture for many decades to come.